Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So last time we finished off at the Barnavon mine. And now we're going to be heading on our way to the fourth and I believe final patrol checkpoint. But we just need to kill ourselves a couple more cows because we need to take home some burgers. And I think I've got stuck. There we go, I'm moving now. Not sure what happened there. Right, pew for you, pew to you. Oh great, he's knocked me over, fantastic. There we go, pew the other cow. So I killed a few cows off camera just so you didn't have to watch me killing cows for the first 5 minutes of this episode. So that should be the 10 that we need. There we go, yep, so once again we've got another quest which is now ready to hand in back to the guy at Barnavon, so we can get that off our tracker. There was one other quest item which I didn't open up from previously. Which is the Warg Rider's Fang. This ornate spear is of a much higher quality than is usual for goblins. Perhaps it may hold a clue as to the origins of these Warg Riders. You should bring it to Gwynam at Barnavon. So again, we can forget that for now. So I think that dropped off of one of the riders. But as we see, the town is just over there, but this time we're just going ever so slightly north. To this kind of like long lake over here, which is where this shrine is. But we're going to have a couple of quests, I think, around here. That's back in town. That's back in town. All the rest are ready to hand in. Okay. So, they've got a little shrine out on this island, which they said basically go and investigate and make sure all is good. Did I need to be on this hill? Or literally go to the shrine? I don't know. It's east of where I am. I think it's technically meant to be the shrine, even if that's not in the direction of where I'm meant to be going on the map, but whatever. So as you can see down here, there we go, we've discovered Mundfaeril Shrine. And we have an ancient placard we can interact with. So let's do that. This placard describes the ritual used by the Derud of Dunland to call upon the ox spirit Mundfaeril, which they call the Uch-Gwyrod for aid. So I think we've heard the Dunlendings mention this name before, the Uch-Gwyrod. The troubles in Barnavon may be cause enough to attempt such a feat. The placard demands the use of a sigil which you do not possess. Perhaps one of the foes wandering Carriglin may have one in its possession. Fair enough. So we need to find someone to brutally murder. Warg Riders dare not come to this place. So that was the bit we needed to interact with. We needed to come basically down on this entrance bit towards the shrine. So we need to collect a sigil. We're now going to murder a couple of these Ox Clan guys, and hopefully one of them will drop it, and hopefully sooner rather than later. So let's see what they do. You going to drop one, sir? Be kind. That's it. Good boy. So there we go. So we have to place the sigil on the shrine, which is this great big bull totem. So let's do that. Bear in mind, there are heads on sticks here. Are they? They're men heads, aren't they? But just like rotted. Lovely. How kind. So I am pleased that you have heard my summons, good elf. Does it surprise you that your coming is of my design? I care very much for the people of the Ox, but Madame Brennan has fallen to corruption. He and his people oppress the remnant of the Turk Looth, the people of the Boar, and plot war with the Horse Lords, who are in the favour of the Valar. This cannot be tolerated. I ask that you go to Barnavon and bring this message to Madame Brennan. If he does not turn from his evil ways, he and his people will feel the wrath of the Uch-Gwyrod and the Huntsman. Take my sigil as proof of my words, and speak with me when you are ready to depart. So, we have a little quest instance, which, as usual, can only be run... actually, no, this one can be run as a...
Martin's grandfather was a good man, giving succour to the people of the Boar when the Dragluth nearly destroyed them. Martin and his son Nevid, however, have fallen to evil ways, and I cannot, as a servant of the Huntsman, allow this travesty to continue.
So there we go. So we're going to walk upstairs. This time we're allowed to walk up there without being attacked, and we can deliver the message and see how he takes it. So yeah, there's Madame Brennan, the leader of the Ox Clan guys. and his son Nevid. Obviously gets his great big bushy beard from his dad.
Oh, this is intolerable.
I don't know why he sounds like a brigand from Breland, but whatever. Ha! You dare threaten the Brenin of Barnavon. I have the protection of Saruman the Wise. You have no authority here. Oho! You present me with the sigil of the Gwyrod and expect me to believe the spirit herself sent you? How do I know you did not steal it from the shrine? For that alone you should die. Indeed, your interference and blasphemy will not be brooked, Devodiad. Prepare to join the spirits. Guards! So, at this point, the sun's going to attack. Some of the guards are going to attack. I don't know if they get reinforcements every now and then as well. Yeah, they will. So I think you always have the sun fighting you in at least one guard. So you probably just want to kill the sun as quickly as possible. I yield! Once the sun dies, Madden Brennan himself will come and attack you. So you might struggle. If you are very squishy and you don't have the ability to self-heal, you might struggle a bit. There we go. We've got some archers and that coming in as well. So the longer you're in here, the more mobs will attack you. So you basically need to murder the sun and the chief as quickly as possible, or you may get overwhelmed. And bear in mind, obviously, I'm over level. I'm 4 levels above them. They've still taken me down below half health. So yeah, just watch out, because this can be a bit tricky for the solo player if you're a bit squishy. Enough! Stop this foolishness. Murderer, be gone from this place and never return, else you will be killed. So there we go. We've murdered Madden Brennan, and now his son is a bit angry about that. But he had it coming. He definitely had it coming. So talk to Moonfariel via a shrine. That will summon her again. Alas, Madden Brennan was a fool, and his son no less. Yet the true blame for these evils falls to one of my own kindred, and I fear they will all suffer in the end. I thank you for bringing my warning to Barnavon, and I grant you what grace I may. So what do we have? We have some gauntlets, which are like fairly leathery, but I don't know, it's a bit of a different sort of design, like a little pointy bit on there. I don't think I've seen that design anywhere else. So boots, kind of got a bit of a leathery kind of look with a couple of bits of metal. How does that die? Boot colour, let's make it red. So yeah, it may be interesting enough boots for some people's cosmetics. There you go, you can see it a bit better there. Yeah, depending on your dyeing options. What does it look like in black, maybe? That's maybe a bit too black, but whatever. And then the other one's an earring, so that won't have any cosmetics. So there we go, that finishes that. There's no follow-up to that quest. However, we do now need to return back to town. So if we head all the way up top, and hopefully don't run into any evil Dunlandings along the way, then we can hand in 50 million quests right now. Yeah, one other thing as well that Pendulous hasn't done is, since he got level 75, he needs to spend another point. So I think we're carrying on where we were trading the previous time. We're going to increase our melee crit chance, because that means we can do a bit more damage. Actually, no, we can't, because he has only got 1 point. And that's out of the tree. So we can't spend it. And his leveling's frozen, so we can't actually do that. How many quests are you going to have for me, Quillum? This is going to be quite good, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hand-ins. Not bad. Not bad at all. And he's also already got a follow-up quest. So
I have not seen your kind before.
So this is the patrol quest. Your patrol was not fruitless, though the discoveries are not what I had expected. I am grateful for your efforts. I will renew the evidence you have brought me, and perhaps we will still learn where these warg riders come from, and what their purpose here is. In the meantime, and if you are willing, I have more yet for you to do. So what do we got? We've got a helmet. It's fairly plain. We've got a pocket item. We've got some gauntlets. Again, nothing too special. Second quest, calling for help.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
So this was the guys that requested help at the mine. The mine was overrun by Bugin, and many workers were hurt or killed. I did not at all expect this. Melvin is right. If Prudent Breher learns that the miners are falling behind, things will indeed go ill for the Turkloof. We will have to mend the situation, you and I.
Hear me out, Devodiad. I have a tale to tell.
So we've got a follow-up quest to that then. So Melvin is right. We must make sure the mine is being worked, and quickly enough that Prudwan Breher does not notice the disruption. There are a few of the Boar Clan miners left in the village who might be convinced to help in the mines for the sake of their people. Daf, Edda, Galvin, Hadun, and Idval all dwell within Barnavon. Go and tell them of their clan's need. So yeah, it's like, would you mind going slaving in the mines? You know, it's technically speaking to help your people, even though, you know, I'm asking you to do a pretty crap thing, but whatever. On the hoof.
Gwyrod requires us to give welcome to Tavodion.
So this was the one to kill some of the cows to bring back some cow burgers. I am moved, Pendulous, that you would think of the people of the Boar when my own people consider them naught more than thralls. I will see this meat delivered to the Boar families. Scarred wood.
Here, as long as you do not trouble us.
So this is one of the pickup items we found on the floor. Alas, this is the most disturbing piece of evidence regarding the origin of the Warg Riders you have brought me yet. I will study this and learn what it may portend. The Avank, so this is the one where we got ganked by the crocodile.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
So, it was not an old wives' tale after all. The great Avank was indeed responsible for the disappearance of many of the folk of Barnavon. You have my thanks, Pendulous, for disposing of this problem. So we've got a shield there. That's not too bad for a shield. Is that a light shield? Yes, it is. We have a cloak. Again, not too bad a cosmetic. How does that dye? Let's make it red. So it's most of the background, but the purple trim stays the same. Or some shoulder pieces, which are some pretty beefy shoulders if you've got a heavy armor character. Then we've got Tower on the Hill, so that's the boxes we found on top of the hill.
I have not seen your kind before.
Alas, that my people, the Ukluf of Cadaglin, have allied themselves with the wizard Saruman, is not news entirely to me. Indeed, I, and many others like me, seek to convince my people that this path is wrong, but we have met with little success. Nevertheless, your actions may help prevent to disrupt the White Hand's influence in Barnavon. So, Warg Rider's Fangs, this was the spear that we found on one of them.
Will you remain here long?
Indeed, this spear seems to be of particular quality, not at all like that of a goblin. Goblins, as you call them. However, I'm not familiar with these decorations. I will need to study this further.
Greetings.
Unsettling evidence.
Will you remain here long?
So I think this was the sigil we found on one of the Warg Riders. This token disturbs me, Pendulous. I have seen this symbol upon the trappings of the Warg Riders. It is not a symbol of my people, and I know not why the warriors of the Ukluf would carry such a thing. It troubles me to think that my people might consider allying themselves with goblins and wargs.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
And this is just another follow-up as well from completing one of the other quests, but it wasn't gated. But well, it was gated behind completing some of these, but it wasn't automatically popping up once we handed one of them in. So Slaves of the White Hand. As I have tried to make you understand, I am a member of that resistance you first came upon in Lanros. This resistance has taken the guise and mantle of the Boar Clan, the Turkluf, as a symbol of defiance. Why, you may ask? The Turkluf were a clan of the Algrig in the land to the north, you call Eledwaif. When the Turkluf refused to bow to Saruman, the Dregluf destroyed them, almost utterly. The people here in the lower village are ordered to remain of the true Turkluf. Martin Brennan's grandfather gave them refuge out of kindness, but Martin himself has placed them under thraldom. They are now little more than slaves of the White Hand. I ask that you go now into the village and speak with the people of the Boar and learn what you can do to help them. So basically, go and get some follow-up quests. So head down here then. So we've got Kai.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
Gwillem sent you to Vodiat. The old man is good to our people, and if he trusts you, then I will lend you a measure of trust as well. Indeed, my people are oppressed, treated as less than the earth we walk upon. We are given no ground to till, and what animals we raise are often taken by the Brennin to fill his larders. The Ukluf are slowly starving us to death. Rumour tells that there are excess stores gathered apart throughout Upper Barnavon, perhaps to provision this mad war of the wizards. Will you seek these stores and apportion it among my people? Perhaps if you do this deed, suspicion will not fall upon the Boar Clan. You will take the blame, and me like this. So let's just carry on over here then. So we've got Dunland.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
You there, young Devotiad. Willem sent you to help us. He is a kind child, a true child of the orcs. If you wish to help, then I have a task for you. Prudwen, the chief of Martin Brennan's Breher, is also the overseer of the Barnavon mine. So many of our men have perished or become infirm working that terrible place. I ask that you go to the home of Prudwen Breher and teach him the meaning of kindness and compassion in a way that only one such as yourself might accomplish. Will you do this? So basically go beat up the lieutenant. We've got Idval over here. I would not work in those mines if Prudwen Breher himself put a knife to my throat, or my children's. There are few enough of the Boar Clan left. I would rather die by my own hand than be devoured by Bugan. Fair enough, sir. Can't blame you.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Bugan, in the mine? I will get my pick at once. So there we go. We've recruited one person. Nay, you will not. You have a wife and children to care for. I'll not have you risking your life in that mine. He's a bit of a henpecked husband. So we've got Usbau. So she was one of the wives of the miners. Hopefully one that her husband hasn't died.
You're welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Willem lives! What joyous news. May the blessings of the Turkluf Guirod be ever with you. So, success for that one. Who's this? Galvin? My brother worked in the mine. Is he well? Bervin. Ah, he is well, you say. I do not wish to bring trouble upon my people, but I have a wife and children. I do not know if I would risk my life in those mines. So, he doesn't want to go either. So crossing over here then, we have Daff. So there's another person we needed to speak to about recruiting. What do you want, Devodiad? What is this you say? The mine was attacked by Bugan? Of course, I will go at once. Thank you, but I need no escort. I can make it myself. It is okay. Then we've got Taffin, so she's one of the other wives.
I have not seen your kind before.
Inir will be a welcome sight. Praise be to the Turk Guirod for his safe return. So she's going to be happy. Then we've got Nesta, so she's another one of the wives.
Drugavar and Kunanoon hunt at night.
This cannot be. Marfo has perished in that accursed mine. What shall we do now? The Ox Clan pigs will starve my children to death. Perhaps Gwillem will know what to do. She seems remarkably upbeat. It's a case of, nah, he's dead. Now how am I going to feed the children? It's a bit indifferent. It's like, you know, it's more concerned about how children are going to be fed than the fact her husband was brutally murdered. Vivin, so this is another one of the wives.
Evil things stare in the night.
Siam was hurt but lives still. Then we shall be thankful that worse did not come upon him. We shall prepare for his joyous return. So she's happy. God, did you guys hear that massive woohoo that just came out of one of them? Erez.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Please, Devodiad, if Gwillem thinks you may be able to help us, hear me out. Many of our folk have been taken by Ruwalhan Breher and held captive to force our men to labour in the mine. My own daughter among them. But she is not a man. Or is she? If you would, go to Ruwalhan Breher's home in Upper Barnavon and parley with him. Perhaps if you tell him that the men are still working in the mine, he will let the captives go. Will you do this? So basically, yeah. So he's making people work in the mine, and he's taken some of the young lasses up to his private residence. Bit shifty, isn't it?
I have not seen your kind before.
The Barnavon mine was overrun by Bugan. How many were hurt? Alas, many good men were lost there. Of course, I will come to the aid of my people. Nay, I need no escort. I am a man enough to take care of myself. So there we go. So we've recruited enough people to go be replacements in the mines. Ronwan, was she another one of the wives?
The Ukhguirod requires us to give welcome to the Duvoriad.
Yago is dead? No, this cannot be true. How dare you say such things to Boriad? Ah, but nay, I see in your eyes it is true. Thank Willem for his concern and thoughtfulness. Oh, no, she's crying. now that we've left.
Even the Ucluth have need of help on occasion.
So, old Gwillem wishes us to help against our oppressors. His goals may be served by serving ours. Much of our oppression comes from the labour we must endure to provision and supply Saruman's war efforts. If you were to burn some of the supplies that the Brennan's men have collected thus far, it may go far towards hindering the wizard. Will you do this? The Brennan must be taught that Dunlandings should stand for Dunland, not a wizard from afar. He's not that far, to be fair, from Dunland itself. So let's go. Well, let's send in these ones to Gwillem first, just in case he'll give me any follow-ups yet, and then we'll go to Upper Barnavon and murder a lot of dudes.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
Thank you, Pendulous. You have proven a true friend of the Boar Clan once again. There is little that I can do personally for the families of Yago and Marfu, for if the Brennan learns of it, my life would be at greater risk than it is. But perhaps together we may find a way to aid them. So you're going to get a shoulder piece, which I think we've seen before, or a necklace or an earring. Second quest.
The Ukwirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
It should have been expected that not all will risk themselves, even for the good of their people. Nevertheless, free is better than none. Thank you, Pendulous. There we go, so there's no follow-ups from him just yet. So we need to go upstairs. So we need to talk to Ruwalhan at his home in Barnavon. We need to burn 3 crates of supplies. We need to rescue 3 people. We need to collect 10 food stores. And we need to defeat 4 of Prudman's guards and find Prudwin Breher at his home and confront him. So quite a bit of stuff. Right. Murder these guys then. Now, one of the cages, as we've seen before, is over to the left just as we come up this hill. So we can come over here. We're going to have to murder the guys that are in the way, otherwise we won't be able to get the induction off. There we go. Interact with the cage. So there we go. We've freed one group of captives. And the kid is running away laughing his ass off. So that's 1 crate of supplies. We've got a food stores, but these guys are going to aggro, fair enough. There we go, so food stores, crate of supplies. That old lady is still like desperately, I mean she's going as fast as she can. She's like practically doing like a mini pole vault. Instead of walking with her stick, it's like she's like pole vaulting herself to safety. Anyway, another food stores. So over to the right hand side we've got the second cage, and we've got the third cage over there. So let's go grab these. And there's 2 food stores and a crate of supplies near us. Your kind is not welcome here, Devodiad. Yeah, my kind's never welcome here. So rescue the hostages. Grab some food stores. Grab some food stores. Now I think one of the guys' houses is literally this building that's right in front of me. So I don't know if we approach it, someone will come out. He will, there we go. But we've aggroed these boys. Or girls as the case is, but quickly kill them. Open the last cage. So we need to speak to this chap.
What is this world coming to?
What? You want me to release the thralls? Do you think me a fool? Devodiad, you make me laugh. These dunghill swine are less than the rats which feast upon the refuse. If you will not go your way, you will never leave here. For Saruman! And he's also summoned at least one guy to help him out. Seems to be just the one. So we can murder him easy enough, but Ben might use a signature so he's got twice as much health as everyone else. Darkness take you. There we go, murder. Oh look, a clean devastation hit for 2,000 exactly. He's coming back out again because I've gone near his house, but I can't make him attack at least, so that's good. He's not going to spontaneously decide to gank me. So let's grab all these boys in one place. Die, fool! He says as I AoE murder all of them in one go. I love a good shing shing. There we are. So how many food stores is this? This is 6. So now we need to make our way further into town. So if you remember, the leader's house was over here, and obviously the Madden Brennan is now dead, and his son Nevid is in charge. So he is here. Now, I don't think we've got any personal beef against him right now, but I think we can viciously murder him. No? Or is he going to run off? Yeah, he's going to run off because we're not allowed to murder him yet. So that'll be 7, 8. So the other house that's going to spawn guys is going to be this house on the left here. So we'll just stay away from there because I think those guys might actually come out and be aggroable. So we'll just clear the area in front of here. And if we walk near it, I think they all line up outside. So there you go. So you could aggro it, and if you don't want to pull everything at once, you can just kind of come back a bit. Because the guards will aggro immediately, but the guy will not. So if you're... I mean, these guys have only got 2.3k. I think they used to be more in the day. I don't think they used to be swarm mobs. But they used to be a bit of a problem in the day. But yeah, if you were struggling to kill them, you can just do a ranged pull to pull them in groups of 2 rather than putting all 4 at once. But for us, that wouldn't be a problem. Because they've nerfed the difficulty these days. So. And there we go. So as soon as you kill all 4, this boy becomes active. So make sure you're in good fighting shape because he is a bit of a stronger mob with 15k health. As you can see, we've defeated his 4 guards. Now we just need to defeat him himself. There we go. Murder, murder, murder. Darkness take you. We need a food store. And something else that's funny. These sheep, have they still got the like well-defined little buttholes that they used to? Oh no, the big ball sacks. That was it. Look at this sheep. Look at them balls. Look at that. That's hardcore. I remember seeing that when I was doing the Isengard beat, and I was just like, holy crap. This sheep have got huge balls. Anywho, sheep balls aside, we need to deliver food now to the families down in Lower Barnavon, and I believe that's all the quests we need to do upstairs. So if we make our way back outside, and the 2 guards are going to conveniently respawn, haven't they? So we're going to have to kill these guys. Otherwise they're just going to follow us downstairs anyway and keep us in combat. Oh, hello! Where have you come from? He's nursed his wounds and decided he now wants to come back and spank me. Or try to. Yeah, run away. Be gone, Satan. So downstairs we go then. So some of these we need to hand into the locals. Food we need to give to everyone, so.
I have not seen your kind before.
Is this the new generosity of the Ukluf? Ha! I did not think so. You are a boon to the people of the Boar, Devodiad. May the Turk Gwyrod bless you. We've got Itval. There you go, have some food. What is this? Even though I refuse to work in the mine, you bring me food? I must gather my tools at once. I cannot permit this charity without showing some myself. So there we go, we've got another recruit for the mines. You have risked much to bring this food to my family. Perhaps I should rethink my decision to not help in the mine. So there we go. So we've got another recruit now. So this is going quite well. So if we just come down here then. We've got Lur.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
Indeed, you are resourceful, Devodiad. The Boar Clan and its allies thank you for your aid. This would perhaps hinder the efforts of Saruman in Barnavon. But perhaps it would also teach the Ox Clan what it's like to go hungry. Thanks to you for this food, for I shall not be so aggrieved when I leave to work in the mine. So he was one that already volunteered. Taffin. I do not feel good, but I am still happy that you saved my Tad.
You're welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
On behalf of my husband, Inia, and our children, I thank you for this food and ask the Turk Gwyrrod's blessing upon you. Then we've got Nesta, so her husband died. Mum is very sad, because Tad is never coming home. He'd be dead, Jim. Tad is not coming back ever? What, didn't you tell your younger brother that Dad's dead?
I have heard the wails of the Coothrawl in the night.
With Mafo gone, I did not know how I would feed my children. You must have been sent by the Turk-Guido to free us from the oppression of the Ox Clan. Yes, I'm quite literally the white saviour coming to rescue the Dunlandings. Oh dear. Yeah, living up to that stereotype it seems. Thank you for returning Sam to me. He is resting now.
I have heard the wails of the Coothrawl in the night.
Blessings upon you, Devodiad. This provender will go far to feed my family. And Eris was one of the ones that actually gave us a proper quest.
Evil things stir in the night.
Rubaran for refuse to release the captives, curse his bones, and may his spirit rot in whatever place of punishment he now dwells. So yeah, I'll put him in the deepest parts of hell. So we've got a helm, necklace, or an earring, nothing we haven't seen before.
Sleep often escapes me, for the night shadows bring fear.
This act of kindness shall not be forgotten, Devodiad. I will sing your praises before the Turk-Guido.
I have not seen your kind before.
This food will leave my family able to care for itself while I'm at the mine. My thanks to you. And last one. Stupid Devodiad! Now my dad is dead! It's not my fault, you stupid kid. I can fish slap you for that. Yeah, whack. It serves you right.
Quirod requires us to give welcome to the Duvodiad.
Thank you, Devodiad. With Yago gone, food would be even scarcer. Now my children will not have to go hungry. So at least your mum is thankful for my assistance. So what do we need to do? We need to talk to Kai. He's up near the entrance to town. Talk to Lunwen. Where's she? In the middle.
Evil things stir in the night.
I confess that I knew the Breher would not heed kindly words. I also confess that this is exactly the outcome I had intended. I hope you will forgive an old woman for using you thus. You may tell Gwillem that I appreciate his offering of peace. So we've got a necklace, we've got a little dagger, fairly plain, ordinary dagger. Or a tunic, which is not a bad one. This is quite a nice, simple design. Got a nice little belt going across there as well. Which doesn't actually tie up to anything. You'd think he might be tied to like a sword sheath on the back, but whatever. So chest, if we dye this red, obviously it's just going to be the main area that dyes. The black areas and the little details and that won't dye as much. And obviously the necklace doesn't have a cosmetic, so hand in that one. Then further up to Kai, so we've got two things for him.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
My thanks to you, Pendulous. This was an act of great charity to the people of the Boar, and will not be forgotten. So there we go, so we finished the last one, so now we go to Gwillem. We've got two hand-ins here. Freeing the innocent.
Quirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
You have done a good thing, Pendulous. I will see to it that the Turkloof resistance finds a place to keep and protect the hostages.
The Quirod requires us to give welcome to Devodiad.
My thanks to you, Pendulous. The Brenin and his Breher shall incur the wrath of Saruman for their inability to supply iron for the Wizard's War, but they may now be too frightened to retaliate against the Turkloof. So we've got a pair of trousers. It's probably going to be a plain one, I imagine. Yeah, fairly plain. Or a ring or necklace, so they're not cosmetics. We have a follow-up quest.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
So this is going to send us away from the town now, but I think that's probably more than enough for this episode. So we'll stop here, and next episode we will continue helping the resistance. So until then, see you guys later.